Hi everyone, this is Henry Shea. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about something that we see all the time when we drive around in our neighborhoods, and that's these large apartment complexes. Like, you know those, right? They're usually located near the commercial areas. These are really large apartment complexes, really nice. You know, they have the one bedroom, one bath, two ones, three ones. And they're either garden style, meaning 3 stories, and they have a courtyard, or they're more like 1 stories spread out across a larger area. But we've all seen this in our neighborhoods, right? And in the past, I would drive by and say, "Oh wow, look at that company that owns that." You know, whatever. You have all these fancy names, the Loft or the Heights, you know, or Eagle Crest or whatever it is. They're very kind of lofty and corporate sounding names there. And because of that, I figure these are owned by corporations, right? Technically, yes, corporations, but really behind them, it's not like one giant corporation there. The reality, though, and some of you may already know this, some of you who have been listening and watching my videos know this already, but these are really owned by people like you and me, right? These are owned by large groups of investors pooling their money together to buy these large assets. And these are, you know, working professionals or small business people. So they're just day-to-day folks. Never in my imagination could I fathom that these large apartment complexes could be owned by just folks like us, like my neighbor, right? But this is really, most of these apartment complexes out there are in fact owned by groups of normal John Doe and Jane Smith out there. So the structure is really, it's called many things, but one structure is called syndication. So they're syndicating, they're aggregating resources and monies from large groups of investors who are putting in $50,000, $100,000 minimum. Some put up minimum of like $1 million, that sort of thing. It depends, right? It depends on the size. I mean, if you're buying a $20 million asset versus a $200 million asset, the mix and amount of investors and their investments will change. But you know, typically it's $50 million or so in a typical city here in the US. So the next time when you drive in your neighborhood and you see the Loft, right, or the Eagle Crest or the Heights there, tell yourself, you know what, behind that name and that behind that nice gleaming new monument sign are folks just like you who have put in a little bit of money to own a piece of that large asset. And the nice thing with that, and you know where I'm going with this, the nice thing with that is as an investor, we don't have to do anything. As a limited investor, we don't have to do anything. The general partners will handle everything. The property managers, who the general partners will oversee, will do everything on the day-to-day basis. We just put in our money to invest, and if the project is run well, is operated well, and is generating cash flow, then we get distributions either every month or every quarter, or whatever the agreed upon timeline is for that specific project. But I think the key takeaway, guys, is that the real owners behind these apartment complexes are just people like you and me. So for me, that was mind-blowing that that's even possible. But that's a game that's been played for so long. And I think for a lot of us, especially us in the first generation here in the US, we're just finding out about it. So I'm really, really excited. So I was ecstatic when I found out about it. And what Delphine and I have been doing is really just yelling about this, screaming about this from the mountaintops to tell others that, hey, this is a possibility. This is an option for investment besides stocks and single family homes and managing your own homes and whatnot there. This pulling your money together for a good team to buy an apartment complex. And of course, it doesn't have to be an apartment complex. It's any large real estate asset. Could be an office building, maybe not too much now, or a warehouse, mobile home park, RV park, storage facility. So there's whatever your imagination is, there's a team out there that's doing that. So hopefully you take this and run with it and learn more about your specific niche that you like, but the possibilities are endless with syndication. All right. If you'd like to learn more, check out my website at passive2massive.net. I also have a YouTube channel and Instagram account. So they're all down below. Thank you and God bless you. Bye now.